I just didn't think it would happen. I was completely blindsided. He was a mama's boy.
Just days after his 22nd birthday,
It's just like a piece of me is gone forever.
Hunter Clemens took his last breath.
He took a pill, just one pill, and went into his room, and we assumed he started feeling bad, and his lunch was still on the floor, and he just collapsed in his bed, face first.
Christy Couvillier says her son's roommate found him dead.
The detectives believe that it was fentanyl.
Illegally manufactured fentanyl is flooding the U.S. It's 50 times stronger than heroin, 100 times stronger than morphine.
You have really no idea what you're getting.
Because it's so addictive, Dr. Lanty Jornby, Chief Medical Officer with Lakeview Health, says it's being used to hook more users, laced into marijuana, even pressed into counterfeit prescription drugs, indistinguishable from the real thing.
The chemical makeup has been altered to become much stronger and much more lethal.
As Hunter's family acknowledged in his obituary, this wasn't the first time he overdosed.
On July 23rd, 2019, he overdosed on heroin laced with fentanyl.
People who have been sober a while, their tolerance is much lower. So one pill can kill them, even though they've had a history of it.
Kids are so carefree, and they go to a party, and they think that this pill is just a one-time party drug, and it can cost them their life.
Hunter's mother and aunt want you to remember his story before taking a pill or drug you buy on the street or even get from a friend.
There's no coming back. It's literally in everything, every drug out there.
You can't see or smell fentanyl. It's nearly impossible to tell if drugs are laced unless you test them with fentanyl test strips.
It doesn't discriminate. All it takes for the average non-drug abuser is 3 grains of salt of fentanyl, and it can kill you instantly.
He was my first love. He was my baby.
In their darkness, they're hoping to shine a light on an epidemic that has claimed more than 100,000 lives in the U.S. in just 1 year.
Speaking the truth, no matter the circumstance, surrounding the epidemic of drug use may be the difference between life or death for someone. Parents and people in the community need to open their eyes to the severity.
There should be no stigma around going for help, so people need to just recognize this as a disease that can be treated, because I think still a lot of people are afraid to ask for help because they don't want the shame or the stigma around it.
Christy hopes her son's death will motivate parents to talk to their kids.
I know I'll grieve my son for the rest of my life. However, if my story could save one child, then he didn't die in vain.
So talk to your kids. I warn mine about this all the time. Make sure they know just how dangerous, how potentially deadly it is to take any drug or pill not directly prescribed to them, because, as we said, just one pill can kill. It is such a serious problem facing our community, and it doesn't discriminate.
Well, that can't have been easy for Christy to talk about, but thank goodness she did. And maybe you're wondering the same thing. I was watching the story. I'm imagining fentanyl's not coming from the United States, the main source?
Yes, so actually a congressional report that was released just a few weeks ago says that Mexico right now is the primary source of this illicit fentanyl. A lot of cartels are manufacturing it with chemicals that are sourced largely from China. So it's important to be aware of this, important to talk with your kids. And I have linked tips and resources for parents to this story on firstcoastnews.com.
It is certainly worth a talk with your kids. Doesn't have to be harsh, but just factual. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Heather.